Hello, it's Wednesday, so it's got to be happy hump day. Look, we all know that the world is changing. There's heaps of stats and reports out there that talk about the pace of change and the fact that we're now living in the time of the fourth industrial revolution. The world is moving quickly, and the question to ponder this morning is, do you keep pace with the change, or are you a couple of steps ahead, or perhaps are you a couple of steps behind? Now, there's no doubt that if you look through history, there's heaps of companies that hit the big time, made it big, and then they disappear. And usually, if you dig into the root cause of why they've disappeared, because they've gone bankrupt and out of business, it's because they haven't kept pace with change. Their arrogance, their complacency, their expectation that because they've been successful, they'll continue to be successful, has led them to not keep pace with change, to not look at what's changing around them and to work out what they need to do and how they need to respond to it. From my perspective, the same thing can happen with individuals. It's really easy to think that what's made us successful in the past is what will continue to make us successful in the future. And sometimes that's not the case. We need to keep pushing ourselves. We need to keep go beyond what feels naturally comfortable for us. And Ingvar Kamprad, who was the founder of IKEA, he had a lovely quote because he talks about that the most dangerous poison is the feeling of achievement, and that the antidote to that is every evening think, what can be done better tomorrow? And when you think about what can be done better tomorrow, there's always something that can be done better tomorrow. Now, we all know that there's a saying that success breeds success, but to me, success obviously it's never overnight, but it is born out of that restless desire to do better, that restless desire to not settle for just good enough, but a willingness and, in many respects, that real eagerness to push beyond the boundaries and to look for different ways to do things. And what underpins all of that is that constant quest, that constant desire for knowledge, a learning and a yearning to know more, and a recognition that you don't have all the answers and that what you need to do tomorrow might be different to what you've done today. But to do all of this, it does mean that we need to make sure that we get outside our comfort zone and that we don't let fear hold us back. And often we can, because it's not just fear, but what sits around it is complacency. And it's the complacency that's driven by either a fear of the unknown, a fear of failure, perhaps even a fear of success, or a fear of hard work. But if you want to have a better tomorrow, moving beyond that complacency, moving beyond that fear is important. But to me, I actually find what really helps me is acknowledging how I'm feeling. There's an acceptance of it. And then I use that energy to actually drive me forward. So it's the energy that propels me to do something different. But I couldn't do it if I didn't actually acknowledge how I was feeling in the first place. So for all of us, we have a choice every single day. And you can sit back and be complacent, or you can sit back and go, I'm going to put myself in the driver's seat. I'm going to look at what's coming down the pipeline. I'm going to look at how things are changing, and I'm going to take charge and work out how I need to respond to that. And the great thing is, when you're in the driver's seat, you get to determine how fast or even how slow. You get to choose the destination. You get to choose whether you want to take any detours. It's far better to be in the driver's seat than to be a passenger while the future is hurtling right past you. Have a great week, and I will see you next Wednesday. Take care.